What do you do about law enforcement who don't do their job? This is not institutions who didn't run into the building, it's people.
Yeah. If there'd have been a bunch of American mothers with guns in the corridor, they'd have been in there in no seconds flat.
About a year ago, Bill Maher had these two fellows on his show, Michael Schellenberger and Douglas Murray, the former of which I believe was running for governor of California, which he lost, probably because he viciously defends cops in a progressive state. And keep in mind, this interview was also following the Uvalde school shooting. And a quick preface for all the bootlickers in my comments, I support people who are cops because the person inside of the uniform can be brave and could be a good person, but the overarching system is broken, which inherently makes all cops broken. And don't even get me started on the bad apples. A good metaphor that I've heard is you want to need an apple pie made with 5 good apples and 1 bad one, but yet we have multiple of them littered throughout our police department, and we say, just a couple bad apples.
What do you do about law enforcement who don't do their job? Here's the impossible question.
I mean, I think there was this initial reaction that these police officers were cowardly. I don't think we know that. I have to expect that many of those police officers are having a hard time sleeping at night after what's occurred.
Oh, I feel bad for them.
Well, I mean, I think
they should have a hard time sleeping.
Yeah, although
what the fuck?
Exactly. Each one of those police officers are cowards, and it highlights the main problem with cops. Most of them are cowards. And I also just had a great conversation with a sociologist about just this, but cops will always prioritize their own safety over all else. They're taught to do so. That is actually what they are trained to do. And furthermore, they're also not obligated to put their lives on the line to save you. They don't have to do it if they don't want to. They're not going to get in trouble for refusing to do so. So while they stand around scared to enter, this is exactly why most people are enraged with cops. It's not that we think they're never needed. This is a situation where we truly needed cops, and they rendered themselves completely useless because of fear. A mundane traffic stop where someone's slightly mentally ill, or a domestic dispute where a social worker would be well more equipped. They're happy. Police are happy to jump in head first in those situations and show up and shoot your dog, but add a little real danger and all of a sudden they don't want to be the heroes anymore. Like I said, there must not be any dogs to shoot or any black people to push around. So they're like, what do? We could actually die.
We focus on when things go wrong, but things mostly don't go wrong.
Well,
we need to learn from these mistakes.
It's not institutions, it's people. This is not institutions who didn't run into the building, it's people.
Yeah.
People didn't do it.
Yeah.
That's not an institution. And by the way, this is part of the problem with police training. Their training is all about how to preserve their life. Now, of course, we want them to be as safe as they can, but it is a job that entails danger. Somewhere they got it into their head, the cops, that it's better that I just preserve my health, but you're there to protect and serve us.
Damn, Bill Maher is so right. When you're a cop, you get the perks of free food at places. You get to apply your power and authority wherever you feel fit. People kiss your ass and suck up to you. And then when you're needed, you get out there and you earn the fact that you get all of that because you have that uniform on. And instead, these officers chose fear. That is a direct failure of the individuals involved and of the training that gave them this exact mindset that told them it's okay to prioritize their safety over the safety of those they're protecting, even when it's children stuck in a building with an active shooter.
It's still inexplicable to me that a guy at the age of 18 can go into a shop and buy a battlefield-style weapon, and he would have to wait another 3 years to buy a beer in a bar. It's their job to sit in a corridor for 40 minutes whilst kids are calling and not run in.
Yes.
I'd have liked to have seen, if there'd have been a bunch of American mothers with guns in the corridor, they'd have been in there in no seconds flat.
When people are this spot on about an issue this polarizing, I swear it makes me want to scream a la Kevin Garnett, anything is possible. Because of course, allowing 18-year-olds who we deem in multiple facets of society still too young to do certain things because your brain is developing, they can't drink, they can't do all this stuff. Well, here's a gun, here's a badge, good luck. No, I see no problem with raising the age to 21 for both firearm purchase and policing. And I'm pretty sure you can get a gun gifted to you even younger than 18 if you're not the one that buys it. But had there been moms in that corridor with guns, they would have been in seconds. The problem is you get people who value their own lives more than they value kids' lives, more than they value the lives of anyone in the situation of whom they're supposed to be protecting. And then you can see, like, if it comes down to it, you know what their choice is going to be, and that's not who should be there protecting us. Because what protection is it? It's no protection if you're both in danger. It's clear as day that policing needs change, and I just hope that we can see to it before more unnecessary, innocent lives are lost because of it. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video, because the only way we become a society is together.